Welcome to our Wednesday stream here on lichess and Twitch. I'm International Master William Pascal. We're going to be playing unusual openings. Chess Troll challenging us to a warm-up game, 6+4. Alright, Troll, this isn't real chess. We don't have openings here. I'm not going to forget the theme of today's stream, which is unusual openings, fun stuff, trying to play different openings that I'm not usually employing in my everyday practice. Sometimes when I play Chess 960 with Troll, I forget the goal of today's stream. So we're not going to do that here. It's practically normal chess. The knight and rook are messed up. 1, 2, 3, 4, just 3 pieces on the right squares. The king side. Queen side, whatever. There is no king side and queen side in Chess 960. It's the Caro-Kann. It's close to standard chess. If you're blind on the left side, well, that's if you're black, obviously. Blind on the right side with white. I feel like I'm playing Caro-Kann. Now, it's not the Caro-Kann, so be careful. Bishop f5, g4 looks stronger than usual. Maybe this was a bad idea. It wouldn't be my first bad idea. Don't really have a proper setup for the Caro-Kann here. It's not at all my first bad idea. Alright, c5 takes check and take with the queen. Does that seem like a good idea? Probably not. Early bishop deployment. The bishop. Astrobate, you like this move. Provoking with the bishop. Man. That doesn't look right. My bishop's outside the pawn chain. Hopefully not for long. Is it healthy to web stalk your college crush? Healthy. Alright. Sorry I read that out loud. Obviously not. We're not going to talk about that. I think it's self-explanatory. Stalking is bad, Troll. So bishop b6, my idea was to play bishop f5. That didn't work. Then my second idea was to play c5. That was interesting, but I don't like queen b5 check. Queen takes c5. Leaving my queen exposed. Perhaps here I'm threatening to play c5. That's my basic idea. I want to destroy his center. And this doesn't look so bad. Sort of Nimzovich-ian approach to the pawn center. The provocative bishop. The name of my future pub. Alright. c5. Solid. Yeah, this is a very Astrobatian game. Bishop's on e3, sort of advanced Caro-Kann. What's up, Astrobate? We get a game for Thursday. Tomorrow is our subscriber stream, guys. So don't forget to include a game for analysis. Queen b5 check, bishop b2, queen b2 is a good way to destroy yourself. I think, like, I'd like to play bishop f5 now, but it's not working. Guess we'll take. Then play maybe bishop f5. Queen b4, is that a problem? Perhaps first we should play knight c6. I might have to play queen d8. Put the queen on the correct square. I'm not interested in that pawn with queen b5 check. This is a good move by my opponent. Very good move, queen d2. The master of coordination. And other cool stuff. f6. It's normally not good. Maybe it's not good here. It's a little late for bishop f5. Yeah, we managed to be worse again against Troll every single opening. It's like playing somewhat unsound in normal chess. It feels like. How do you manage to get an advantage every single game you play against me? This looks serious. I looked at knight c3, bishop d7, knight a4, knight takes e5, knight takes b6, knight c4, knight takes d7, check. I have a move there. Knight c3, bishop d7, knight a4, knight takes e5, knight takes b6, bishop b5, check. Then he has bishop e2. Then knight c4. Then he has check on b4. So none of this stuff works. None of this stuff works. Forget about tactics. So he listened and heard my plan. We'll just have to play positionally. Probably he's listening to the stream while he's playing, and then can implement my ideas. Could I have played knight a5 there? I also have knight takes e5 in some lines, followed by d4. Stopping knight takes e5. Yeah, this is bad for black, as usual. Alright guys, we're playing unusual openings today. Don't like my position. Maybe f5 isn't so stupid. Could sack a piece. My position is highly dubious. Very, very dangerous situation. Alright guys, welcome to the stream. It's a new stream, new week, Wednesday. Thanks for tuning into my tournaments yesterday. We had the team battle, 5th place out of 7. Not bad for amateurs who don't recruit new players at the last minute before the tournament starts. I thought we did alright. Good battle with Schieberspieler for the Pawn to Blitz crown last night. He deservedly won. Astrobate, how did your blitz? How did your blitz go? Troll and a roll was in the field. Perhaps as well. All right, now I'm castling. Troll likes closed positions. He didn't mess with my f5. There was a lot of different ways where I could have played that position. Very close to a tactic here with knight e5. I don't like my knight on a5. That needs to come back to the center. Knight c6, still there would be no clear tactic. Maybe knight takes e5 followed by f4. Knight takes e5 followed by d4. So Astrobate, I know you didn't do that well in the midday 3-0 battle, but that's a really, really strong field. How did you do in last night? Actually, last night's Blitz tournament was strong as well. I mean, kudos to you for being 1,500 and being willing to play almost higher rated players every single game. Most people wouldn't have the guts to even try. Knight h3. All right. Subtle. At least b4 doesn't work well for white here. For lack of a better idea, I begin the subtle maneuver of doubling rooks on the c file. Bishop takes f5. Various piece sacrifices and whatnot. Piece sacrifices and whatnot. What I meant to say. Oh, bishop b5. I was meant to be a French defense player. Obviously, after witnessing this nightmare. Black's better coordinated, but I don't see any sort of breakthrough. Queen takes, only move. That doesn't lose material. With the infiltration. Filtration device. And now one last little tactic from the troll. It's not happening. Oh my god, my mouse did that. My mouse just did rook d3. That's not a good mouse. Now obviously rook takes e3. Why would my rook go to d3? And we have an ambulance, guest ambulance. Rook takes d3 just wins. Knight h5. I think I have lag again. Why is my ping 466? For no apparent reason. We have a ping of 466, 381. No other apps running. Computer's not overheated. Just internet, I guess. Massive lag wave. I can't figure it out. Troll, I think, does something to my internet. You started off with a good position, Troll. You peaked at move 8. I'm curious about the opening. Guys are going to be playing weird openings today. I want to know if I played the best move here. Like, let's just assume the Caro-Kann, maybe not the best choice, but whatever. So the best move is actually c5, but I chose the second best move according to Stockfish. So the provocative bishop move actually wasn't bad. I just don't like bringing my queen out early. I mean, here, seriously? Queen check? Played by some 2000 player? I don't like this. My queen is a target on c5. It's likely to be attacked. It gets in the way of the minor pieces and stuff. Wow. But Engine has a thing for queens on c5, c4, f4, and f5 for some reason. I would think this would just be patently bad position for the black queen, vulnerable to attack. Calunardo. I mean, this is ridiculous. Calunardo, he's like 2,500 in blitz. And in chess 960, he's 2,077. Why is there like a 400 rating point difference between blitz and chess 960? I can't get my chess 960 rating over 2,100 anymore. I was like 2,200, and now the best I can get is like 21. But that guy's a seriously good blitz player. So when you see this rating, it's chess 960. These guys are probably like 24, 2,500 in blitz. But still, I don't trust that for black. Anyway, I don't know why we got really bad lag. It's back down to normal now. I like how that happened, like right in a critical moment of my game, where my ping is 500. All right, no more chess 960. No more chess 960. I'm taking subscriber challenges first. So Sidan and Wikipoo. And I'm playing unusual openings. I'm willing to take other challengers. Good game, Troll. This is a weird opening stream, Troll. You can't play weird openings in chess 960, but I was nice enough to let you play one game of chess 960. You should say thank you for playing one game of chess 960, even though you don't really want to. Said he's like, why not more? Why not more? Because the theme of the day is to play unusual openings. I'm going to play the Dutch. Keep your poop. Wikipoo. Wikipedia. Wikipoo with a great result in yesterday's team battle. The London against everything. What to do? I want to play for e5 against that bishop if I can. He would probably play like d4, d6, bishop f4. Knight c6, bishop e5 perhaps? I remember like preparing to play the Dutch at one point, or starting to think about preparing to play the Dutch at one point, and having a book on anti-Dutch systems. I really don't think like the London system was even like included. I don't think that was even like a chapter or even mentioned. That nobody plays bishop f4 against the Dutch. If I push d5, it would make a lot of sense. But with this structure, your bishop does nothing. It's like playing bishop c4 on move 2 in the Sicilian. Black can adapt specifically to take advantage of that. I think I got the ping again. No, 59. So my mouse sucks too. I made a very strange mouse slip last game. I get e5 in. Are we playing 1 minute chess? How's your 1 minute? here. This mouse sucks. I wish I had a roller mouse. This mouse just simply sucks. Why didn't I buy a decent mouse? What is going on around here? Why are you playing bullet chess? I just really don't feel like playing bullet chess, dude. I'm just gonna resign, honestly. It just feels like a complete waste of time. Why are you making all your moves in 1 second? I don't even have time to like talk about the game or anything. It just seems like a complete waste of time. I'm just like not in the mood for that. I don't want to play any more games like this. Whether you're a subscriber or not, this is a waste of time. I appreciate if you subscribe to the stream, but this is just an absolute waste of time. So this is my last bullet game for the stream, or any stream. Seriously. I don't know what your game is, but I'm not going to do that anymore. Dull. Perfectly healthy, troll. It's perfectly healthy. Nothing bad can happen to white here. This is why playing bullet chess against an IM who's trying to take his time to teach chess to the stream is just utterly absurd. I try to take my time. I have the increment, I have the long games so that we can learn something, but instead we're going to just waste our time. Grumpy, I'm not in a good mood, you know, but this didn't help my mood. Bishop f3, easy win. No giving away secrets. Alright, so now, my original plan was to take with the rook, but yeah, bishop f3. I realized without Schieberspieler's help, actually, bishop f3, rook takes, bishop 8. I mean, which is actually better? Bishop f3, rook d4, bishop a8. Rook d2, for example. The other possibility is rook takes. That was my original plan. Then I saw something else, like too fancy. Bishop f3, rook d4, or bishop a8. It should be winning. Rook d2, rook e2. Dennis, hey, what's up? I don't know, my mouse is just made me have one mouse slip already. Why do I have such a cheap mouse? God. I don't know, rook f3, bishop f3, rook d4. How can you choose between those two? Rook f3 looks like easy chess. Isn't it complications? Rook f3, bishop f3. There's no complications here, is there? I hope not. There better not be any complications. I guess there's something. I didn't see it. Bishop f3, rook d4. Oh, you've got that check. I see. Bishop d5 check. It's not really complications. So we're just going to have queen for rook and bishop. I don't know which was easier. Why is my mouse? Seems different than yesterday. Alright, donations for a new mouse. I should have gotten a decent one in the first place. Dennis, welcome. What's up? Tranquilizers. Your Tranquilizers team moved up in the standings as well. Pop Jula. Adding to the power of the Tranquilizers yesterday. But next time we're going to take you guys down a notch. I don't know why White was like playing bullet chess. It's like a long time control. 5 + 3 is a lot of time. You defeated Pop Jula yesterday in the 3-0 in a crazy game. I bet he created the craziness. You're the master of simplicity. Nice job. I didn't get to see the individual results too much. I know you did well. I'm sure that Pop Jula didn't lose too many games, but he was probably berserking, right? Does he berserk like all of his games? Does he choose not to berserk against some opponents? That's cool. Oh, on Levy's stream? You were watching Levy's stream, and Levy was covering that game. Okay. If we had more strong players, I would just, I was saying this yesterday, I would just view the other games. But until we have like a strong enough team, I've got to kind of help out. All right, so queen f4, bishop takes e2 check. He's just down. He's down a queen for a rook now. Correct? That's not good. No contest. Queen and bishop, I mean, rook and bishop for queen is sometimes a fortress. But obviously this is not a fortress. I just want to say we're playing unusual openings today. I'm trying to play unusual openings. I played the Dutch here. It wasn't such a cool game, but I'm curious if you guys were right. Which is the best move here? The engine actually doesn't like queen h4. So disappointing. So bishop takes f3 is slightly better than rook takes f3. Rook f3, bishop f3, queen d4, bishop b7, queen c4 check. Either way, I'm winning. This is the better way. Yeah, so now I expected him to play bishop takes f3, actually. Oh. You guys saw that. I didn't see it. I'm sure you saw it. The point is I don't have to play rook takes d4. Damn. I just play rook takes bishop check. So that's just equally devastating. I didn't even see the point. You know, I just play rook takes bishop check here. That's why this line is clearly better than the other one. Otherwise, and that's why Sidan thought for so long. That's why this would be better than Rook takes, exactly. I would have just missed it, played I was going to play this, followed by Bishop takes A8 and Rook D2, and Bishop D5 check, King G7. When White probably has to play Rook E2 and allow the exchange of rooks, and he should lose anyway. All right. Then, imagine if Schieberspieler was as good at tactical positions as he is in tactical ones. He'd be scary. He's already scary, winning the pawn to blitz tournament yesterday. After Bishop F3, Queen E3. So, here, Queen D4, Queen E3. Yeah, that's what this engine was suggesting. And then I win the queen. Or a piece. Do you have something here? Just down a piece. Well, at least the king survives. Nothing to see here. Move along. Trip Chance 1996. We played you before. Alright, so what's the challenge? 5 + 3. So the object here is to play stuff that I don't normally play. Play the Dutch in game 1. My mouse is suddenly not trustworthy. Yesterday it was fine. But I made a very strange mouse slip against Troll, dropping my rook. It may be malfunctioning. Alright, something like a gambit style opening maybe? He probably plays a Sicilian. What do you know? Psychic. I refuse to play the Mora Gambit. I wanted to play Gambits today. Sometimes I play I want to play the the Budapest, maybe. Let's try A3. Something weird. Delayed wing gambit. Yeah, here, that has to be reasonable. Although if I play B4, yeah, we play it like an Evans or something. If I don't take on B4, I'm not sure what I really get out of this. You could play Bishop C4 here to attack F7, but there's not really any power behind it. Bishop C4 doesn't seem... It does prevent knight F6, I guess. Bishop C4, knight F6, knight G5. Yeah, we'll just pretend we're playing the Evans Gambit. An Evans, wing Evans. It's fun. Just making it up.
Yes. N-O.
You're allowing me to play knight G5. So he's going to play the Traxler. Knight G5, D5. ED5, knight D5. Knight F7, king F7, queen F3 check, king E6. It looks like a bad fried liver. Why is this such a bad fried liver? Because I don't have access to knight C3 when I need it at the end of the fried liver. Anyway. It's a bad fried liver for white.
No!
The button is back. You missed the button. I haven't been using it. I'm kind of off the button. Under-deployed. This probably doesn't work here. He can play the Traxler. What's up, Mule Skinner?
Yes!
That's my favorite one. It's like the toad from Rango. I'll let you kiss my sister. So seriously, knight f7, king f7, queen f3 check. We can play it. He doesn't care. It's completely okay. Oh. So the point is this, I guess. I can't allow knight d4. But I have a feeling like a computer would probably beat me here. Don't worry. You've come to the right place. Everything is maximally PG rated. I'm an expert. Bishop e2, yes. Bishop c5, correct. Does white even have enough compensation for this? Well, this player is really high rated. 2360 in bullet. Wow. He doesn't mind the... What am I doing? So we have a problem now. I have to be selective about this. There's like suddenly like a chainsaw out of nowhere coming from the sky. Or a giant bee the size of like a car. I'm not sure which one. You have rook f4? Are you serious? It's not even legal. Dude, what's with a giant bee? They're doing construction across the courtyard for me, but that wasn't happening today. I guess it is a giant bee. Black seems unafraid. Not a fearful opponent. Why is there a giant bee outside? It's gone now. Maybe it's like the Transformers movie. Alright. I have these traumas from my time living in the United States with landscaping. If I hear something that sounds like a lawnmower, I start to have like panic attacks. Like the whole league in Budapest is under construction, and I live really close to that, the city park. Could be something. But generally, it's been quieter here this year than usual because of COVID-19. The only benefit of COVID-19. All right, AB. Lawn care. I have lawn care trauma. I just hate like anything to do with the subject. Black strangely sort of hesitated and froze in this game. I thought I was like lost. Where I used to live in the United States, like people are obsessed with their yards, and every single day I couldn't have like quiet and peace and quiet because of it. It was like traumatic. At any given moment, at any time during the week, like somebody would be cutting their grass with some really loud machine to the point where you were like gonna lose your mind. If it wasn't one neighbor, it was another neighbor, and if it wasn't the other neighbor, it was another one. And I like could never ever stream or just concentrate in peace. And now I'm like traumatized. I have to get counseling. So, knight c3, what am I even thinking about here? Normal, right? That's like a true fried liver kind of theme. Although I have no idea what to do now. d4. He's even got rook takes d4. Damn. Nice move. Probably not enough. I mean, at the end of the day, his pieces are bottled up on a8. Charlie Hill Chess is toasting you. What am I saying? Hosting. The hostess with the mostest. Do we have a mate? We do not have a mate. Well, we had one. I mismated one, and the whole game was a mess. Sorry guys, I'm having psychological trauma. I'll be better in a minute. Alright. Crazy game. Yeah, I don't know about the soundness of that game. Even at the end, like, I don't see mate in one. I don't like this. I don't like this. C4 seemed like a bluff to me. I think he could just take on C4. I mean, what am I missing here? This is just a blatant bluff at this point. It's not a bluff. I mean, I knew I was probably winning, but I didn't have time to find like G4 or G3 or some sort of quiet move. Does this even work? This works. He's got to take on C4 because I don't see a mate. And actually, I mean, his bishop is fairly dangerous here. You got to take the pawn on C4. Charlie Hillchess, no need to apologize. Thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. I've been getting really bad lag. I wouldn't be surprised if my stream would crash. But I appreciate the raid, man. 4 viewers or 1 viewer or 100 viewers. That was an exciting game. That was fun. That's why the stream is worth it. You got to take on C4, though. I don't know what I have here. Because it's really hard to get him on the white squares. How do I checkmate him on white squares in this position? Yeah, I probably would have played like rook c1 check, king d5. I have another check, but, you know, I need to find some kind of subtle move with seconds left. I never would have done it. Just too hard to find a mate on the white squares. White is probably winning. Maybe rook e1 or something? See, it's winning according to the computer, but I wouldn't have been able to figure it out. I don't think this was sound. You know, I don't think I should do knight g5 even. This has actually been played. Zayarny Shirov. Oh my god. So this guy, do you know him? I don't know if Danis is still here. He's not from Romania. He's from like Moldova. Some guy who specializes in the wing gambit. I just thought, since Danis is from Romania, he might have been closer to this guy than I am. This guy, Anatoly Zayarny. He's some kind of wing gambit player from like Moldova. Have you ever heard of this guy? He plays the wing gambit like every game. Zayarny, some guy, he plays the wing gambit like this guy from Moldova. Knight g5. There's actual games here. I just thought because the Moldova neighbors Romania, you might have heard of him. Not too many people in the world ever play the wing gambit, so I would think the guy would be kind of notorious. Maybe he's dead. I mean, this game's from like 8 years ago. Alright. Anyway, that was fun. Let's play some more. Wikipoo. Uh-oh. So I'm taking challengers who are subscribers first. Unusual openings. Yeah, Anatoly Zayarny. Have you ever played in Kishinev, Danis? Have you been to Kishinev? We had some player when I played in Romania from Kishinev in the tournament. When I played in Temeshvar in like 2009. I can't remember his name now. It was some master, but he was like an old guy. I'm supposed to play unusual openings. What am I doing? Oh well. Forgot. I got distracted with a stupid conversation. Whatever. We'll just play normal this game for Wikipoo. What's Wikipoo doing anyway? Doesn't normally play like this. Maybe he's trying to play unusual openings. He's playing like the King's Indian attack. Not his normal thing. Yeah, I mean, I just don't see, when I look up games in the wing gambit, not too many masters come up. And that guy is like the only one over 2,300 who has multiple games with white in the wing gambit. Original ideas. Yeah, he lost against Shirov. This is a good, that's easy to do though. This is a good setup by him. Although the rook isn't well placed on e1, it would really prefer to be on f1 in this type of structure. Frank Faribachi. Yeah. He plays everything. Frank Faribachi. He played this ridiculous opening against me. Like, I was playing white and he was like d4, knight f6, c4, knight c6, knight f3, e6, knight c3, d6. And then he's like bishop d7, h6. Just all kinds of weird, like, ridiculous moves. He'd be good on the stream. Yeah, he got me. I beat him, but I felt a little... The game was like I got tempted into getting a little too crazy. I ended up like playing h4, not castling, sort of extending my pawns on both sides of the board. I think he might beat people sometimes because they don't take him seriously or they get tempted into going too far. I was almost tempted into overextending myself because of that exact sort of factor. All right, let's do this. I'm not sure this is the right idea. We got more or less like a classical King's Indian fianchetto setup here. Wikipedia. Now I like it for black. Yeah, I mean, once you get that Marazzi, you're like the specialist. Schieberspieler likes the Marazzi. He beats Svetkovic in a win gambit in Arad. So you looked it up? Must be an old... I don't know. I guess it's an older guy. I didn't see any newer games. Maybe not. If you haven't heard of him. Not an older guy? Dennis Didis. Oh, you were next to them. Schieberspieler likes the Marazzi. He's the reincarnation of Geza. Very principled. Should I try g5 here? That's going a little far. What would Schieberspieler do? It's not that easy to make progress. I almost hung a piece. Just don't let him have a bishop versus knight. This is what I learned. I looked at our game from yesterday, Schieberspieler, and I played that horrible move, like rook a7. I don't know what I was thinking. You know, you had me in... Maybe I was in time pressure. But I don't know what I was thinking. Like, why would I put my rook on a7? I was thinking maybe I was just tired after the 2 tournaments, but normally I would never make a move like that. And it was just weird to look at the game afterwards, see that I played rook a7. That was horrible. Horrible move by me. Schieberspieler victorious in our tournament yesterday. Victorino. Shane Victorino. Victorious. It's funny because recently I did a video series for my site that I work for, Chess Lecture, and I was discussing like Botvinnik using space advantage systematically, and Schieberspieler has this mastered. That's his #1 specialty. Space advantage, Marazzi bind. It's not fun. Wikipu, for example, is a very different style. Tricky and solid. Decent technique. Yeah, he's managed to sort of patch this up. Dynasty are also classically trained. Used to crush an era of no strong computers. Both you guys have been well trained by Hungarian school. Alright, what are we going to do? He's got a little bit of counterplay. Not happy about that. Actually, Dennis plays the black side of the accelerated dragon. So he knows the problems with the Marazzi too. Didn't one of my teammates play the Marazzi against you this year? You had a game? Isn't that how you beat my teammate, Best Premi? Didn't he play a Marazzi? But he played it really bad. Wikipu's doing a good job. Yeah, it was horrible to watch that. That was painful for me, particularly. Because I like to play both sides of those sort of positions. So and I knew exactly what you were doing. Like I saw what was happening before it actually happened. He was like getting mated almost or something. Yeah. Danis is not bad. Guys, welcome to the stream. Weird openings. This was a misstep. I didn't really play weird opening. My opponent, however, played something he customarily doesn't play. Wikipu doesn't play the King's Indian attack and played it here. I just want to mention for the subscribers to my stream, tomorrow night we have our game analysis stream. So if you want to get a game analyzed for the stream on the stream live, please do submit a game to me. Astrobate, you're a little late this week with your game submission for the subscriber stream. Oof. A5? Wait, what? 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 You played A5 and I didn't know about it? Oh my god, I just hung my whole position. I think I'm lagging again. I didn't know you played A5. I thought you just passed and gave me a turn. Unbelievable. Now I'm probably lost. Oh man, alright. Talking too much. Wikipu getting lucky lately. When he takes b6, queen b7. Could be interesting. He has a tactic for that? Are you even kidding me? Wow, that's some kind of calculation. Fanatic Chess is hosting. Hostess. If I don't lose, this is a miracle. I just didn't even see he played a5. I thought he just like gave me a turn. Wait, what? You think Boris Danish is the best bullet player? I would have no idea. Don't ask me. Not my area of expertise. Competing connected pawns. Yeah, I mean, it seems like Kozak is a great bullet player. But again, I'm not an expert at all, so what do I know? It's a draw. He offered a draw. It's a draw. Connected pawns against connected pawns. He offered a draw, but I didn't have time to answer. But he blundered his extra pawn. He was winning, of course, like 4 against 3. This was a win. Probably, if he doesn't give me his f4 pawn. Looks like I might have lag or something crazy. I don't know. He offered a draw. I declined it by accident, and then I offered a draw back. What's this? Seems like a draw. I mean, you can try. He's got the right color rook pawn. I can't imagine white can win this. Just too many pawns. But I lost my concentration at like the key moment in the game. Gave him my b6 pawn like an idiot. It's a miracle that I didn't lose automatically. Maybe I'm winning. I can play for the win now. Yes. Time. Wiki Poo, what should you do? What should you do? Yes. Good job. It's a draw. The fastest way to draw. Alright, man. So, that was cool. Did you see that? Bishop takes... Knight takes b6, queen b7. And now I'm probably lost anyway. After queen takes c5. This was the only really interesting moment in the game. He has to follow up with that brave move. Knight e5 check. And he has to have this, so he has to calculate that. And this ending after b4 might be winning. But maybe b3 is better. I kind of think b3 too, like not putting your pawns on dark squares. Possible b3 and c4, putting the pawns on white squares. Looks like the engine thinks it's a draw. 0.9 is not enough, depth 20. But I think I blundered with bishop f8, possibly. So b4, I should have played king e6, but I thought he had c4. But then I have knight b2? Huh. So this is just a terrible move. I mean, I would normally play king e6, but I was afraid of c4. But I have knight b2. Damn. After that, I didn't go this far. Knight e3, bishop d4. Or even knight d3 with another double attack. That's important that I find king e6, because I bailed on that move. But I should have been paying attention, not dropping my b6 pawn. Alright, I'm not going to get to all these challenges, guys. I have to leave a little bit early. Morticel Pro. Okay, he's one of our lower rated players in the stream. Give him a chance. I've got challenges from other subscribers. Yeah, Wikipoo, I need to play new stuff. Alright. I like the St. George. This is like my favorite defense. Also knight h6 on move 1. I like to play. I don't think I was winning ever in the last game. Right. I have a good score with this opening, but I usually only play it against WGMs. Or GMs now. I lost against Josh Friedel, but he wasn't a GM yet. So 92. Actually, bishop e3 is sort of unusual, but I can't imagine like it's a bad move. You could maybe play f3. That seems like a good setup for white. f3, like a Samish or modern defense. It's possible white can also break with c4 in the structure. It's a pretty good setup, actually. That's going to destroy my position. c4 takes, knight takes. I have to be careful. He can't take with the knight here. I have bishop pressure on that pawn. So maybe f3 still. f3. This is not a usual formation. White can also play a4 at any time, which is a good move. What do you mean fake rating, Padron? He's 9 years old. Yeah, this is Yul Skinner, Jr. Junior Skinner. Rabbit Skinner. He's not advanced to mules yet. I know, that's how old I am. That my audience has a new generation. Yeah, so c3 sets up a4, which is a good plan. What would Acerbate do? This is the whole problem with the St. George. When your extended fianchetto gets like detonated by a4, you just basically have a weakness. I mean, that's why the Polish opening, the Grob, they're all dubious. How can I get any counterplay? Maybe like a French, knight f6. If f3, d5, it's a terrible French too. d6 is what I'm inclined to play. That's still a4 is very strong there. This is pretty horrible for black, honestly. There's no good way to play this position, looks like. d6 is bad. Everything's bad. Knight f6, f3. Knight f6, f3. It's an acerbate Owen defense with b5. f3. Let's see how he reacts here. He might just play like bishop d3. But I hate black's position. This is probably good in the respect that I can trade pieces with knight takes e3. Even though it's a bad bishop, it will still free my position to trade pieces. And I think it makes his structure a little bit overextended. So e5 I wouldn't personally recommend. Still, my queenside is just an accident waiting to happen. Mortish Alpru. Mortis. Albert is the other one. Generation 2. You must be at least 8 years old to play in the stream. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I taught kids who were 5, although I personally wouldn't recommend starting before 5. It's not easy to teach 5-year-olds. Attention span not really there yet. A4 is an excellent move. It's the headband channel. The lesser of the evils is b4. If c4 we take, possible I can play c5. Solid move by white. What's this? Rook c1, just defending. All right, so we have to say his center is a little bit overextended, right? The Alyukhin defense. Maybe bishop g5 now? Whoops. Could that be an oversight? Astrobate, does our knight have a square? Good. If I didn't know better, I would think this is one of Astrobate's blitz games from the... But his pawn is on b6. Tuesday tournament. Banned. Guys, we're accepting games for analysis for tomorrow night. I don't know if I'm going to play any games in the All-Star Murder Arena. Hungarians are too underrated on here. That's like giving away my rating points, and I've had no time to rebuild my rating. I'm still like 2380. It's embarrassing. I don't want to go down any lower. I mean, at this point, he's just structurally busted now. He played pretty well, but the damage to the structure is pretty much fatal. It should be fatal. Interesting tactics. Fatal weakness. Bishop c5. I'm not sure if that's such a good move. I'd like to prevent it from castling somehow, but it's not easy to do. I don't actually know what to do here. Even knight b6 is an interesting move. Knight b6 just like being materialistic. Going for the a4 pawn. I have a similar story as Xerox, but not so late. I always tell a story. exactly. I knew all the piece moves when I was like 8, but didn't learn 7 maybe. I didn't learn opposite castling and the idea of checkmate until later. So here, knight c4 actually doesn't look that bad for him. More of a risky move. He could just take if he wants to. Did I have a tactic there? No. You got to go really long, like knight c4, bishop f3, queen f3, queen h4 check, but my rook is hanging on a8. My normal move would have been like bishop c5, but I think after queen e2, white's position is okay, probably. That's why I tried knight b6. Create more complications. 2 knights against 2 bishops is often a good combination. So he's not completely lost, but my bishops became pretty tough. But it is greedy to take on a5. So he's done a good job. Sort of a weird move. Probably not a good move by me. Easy for white to play now. Queen e2. This is a stupid move. Bishop c5. Even taking on a5 would have been much better. What about queen d3, however? This guy's doing well. But he's been trained by Mule Skinner, remember. Mule Skinner has a very distinctive style. Although Mule Skinner hasn't been on the stream that much lately. I think he excels in closed positions. Taking with the pawn. Now white is going to lose this rook endgame. I expected rook takes with some counterplay against the f7 pawn. This wasn't a bad game by white. My play was very indecisive. I was literally like changing plans from move to move, and I'm still not winning. Still not winning necessarily here. Objectively, yes. Now, 2 pawns up. The Mule Skinner School of Chess is not a bad one. But I managed to only move 3, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pawn moves. Very compact. I created like minimum weaknesses. We got DK guy in a similar mate. Ah, it didn't let me do it. He didn't let me do it. Will not fall for that. Playing for mate in the endgame. Good game, Mortis Pro. Mortis del Pro. You're overpaying. Alright, good game. Next challenge, Bold Random Rabbit. Is the Bold Red and Rabbit a subscriber? I can't remember. I can't rematch you. Thanks for the game, Mortis. No time for rematches. I gotta go in about 45 minutes. Maybe a little bit more. I've got 40, 55 minutes. We'll see how many games I can get to. I could send my game against International Mass War Madame yesterday. Yeah, I mean, if it's a good game. The quality of 3-0 is usually low. But there are some exceptional games or interesting positions. The 3-0s, we've even had bullet games submitted in the past. But absolutely, Xerox. It's possible that the game is good. Yeah, share games for Thursday stream. The only one I got is Antoni. I don't think I have any other submissions as of yet. I don't know if Bold Random is a subscriber, but whatever. I'm just going to take these challenges that I have remaining for the next like 45, 50 minutes. King's Gambit. The Bold King's Gambit. We played before, but I don't know much from 2 games. Thursday analysis streaming tomorrow night. I call it the subscriber stream. Giving back to subscribers. Pension plan, what's that? In the 21st century? I remember a game in the New York Open in like 1992. My opponents next to me were playing this. Declined King's Gambit. I still remember it today. It's so infrequent that you see the King's Gambit that I can remember seeing a game from 1992 that was played next to me. But this is bad. I mean, he's not supposed to take on f4. It's supposed to be a King's Gambit declined. So you have to play like d6 here. I think knight c6 is interesting as well. But if you want to accept the gambit, you should play it right away. This is bad now. White just gets everything he wants out of the King's Gambit. I've destroyed your center, and I get my pawn back. So it's the best of both worlds. No problem at all. Continuing the gift sub they got from Masturbate. Masturbate is the man. You found a game, Luke Van Welly versus Marzavich. Oh, the weird Slav with c5. Yeah, the Slav you played with c5. I was thinking about that, Xerox. So I mentioned Svidler when you played the game against me, because Svidler popped up. He had played it, one of the first to play it a couple years ago. But that variation is really annoying. You know, it's like very forcing, impossible to avoid, and actually pretty solid for black. I missed Queen G3, which is a move I didn't really consider against you. I spent a long time thinking about queen moves during our game yesterday. Ended up playing like queen back to e2, but I had a better queen move. I also had a very strong move. You played a strange move order with bishop d7 in the opening, where I could have apparently played d5, which didn't occur to me at all. So I guess you should play like knight c6 first. It was weird the way you played bishop d7 and then knight c6. But that variation is it's a good sort of surprise weapon, I think, for black, because it's impossible to avoid it. Abhari is now hosting us. Thank you for the host. d5 is a normal idea. With that particular position where you had played bishop d7, d5 became suddenly really strong. If you had been castled, it wouldn't have mattered. But it was something specific to that position because you weren't castled and you played bishop d7. If I have d5, I have stuff against f7. I think if you castled first and then did it, it probably wouldn't be a big deal. So the way you played the order of moves wasn't really right yesterday. But the general opening variation, I think, is quite important. Not too many people play that, but it's also possible for me to play e4, you know, but it's sharper. Yeah, lots of good players. All right, so we're just good here. If I play e5, can I trap a knight? He'll just play knight d6. Is it worth it? I'd rather develop. It's always tempting to do move like e5, right, Asterbate? If I play e5 there, I'm going to have to maintain that space. I guess he would play knight e8. But you can't attack if you don't develop your pieces first. Now he has time for d6. White still has a significant advantage here. Chess. The bottle's still the front. What? Nice bottle. Are you serious? I never put stuff there. Sorry, Panda. My bad. Sorry, dude. Subscriber stream with game analysis tomorrow. Please submit. Thanks for pointing that out, though. We wouldn't want the Panda obscured. Panda obscuro. In Italian. See, already I'm like, what am I doing? Is this even good, Master? One move and I'm like overextended. I played 4 pawn moves. Knight h5, followed by bishop h4 check. I like that. Did I get your submission? I think I just did. It's either hate mail or your submission. Somebody's listening to my advice. The bold random rabbit. I feel like Steinitz on a bad day here. Allowing bishop h4 check was dumb. Dumb to like let him trade pieces with less space. It's just fundamentally stupid. Fundamental. Stupidity is fundamental. We see that more and more during the coronavirus pandemic. I guess that bishop is a dangerous piece, and I let his bad bishop on e7 become a factor. My whole position is ruined. And putting my king on f1. How to ruin a perfectly good position. Playing h3. It's amazing. I was fine. Schieberspieler. Good luck in the arena tomorrow night. I'm undecided if I'll play or not. I seem to be playing a little better than last week. The temperature dropped, and it's not as hot now. But Random Rabbit, is cagey. Cheesy play on words. Rabbits, cages, get it? Random Rabbit is going to take me out? Better be careful. He's playing with like perfect efficiency since his opening mistake. That's always a bad sign. Schieberspieler, thanks for joining us. Yeah, another brilliant move. He was threatening f5 among other things. Queen g1 was key too. Now all I need to do is play like knight d5 and evacuate my king. Or just evacuate my king first. It's a long way to castle queenside. It's a long way to Tipperary. My opponent offered a draw. I'll think about it. Maybe I'll let you know tomorrow. I'll let you know when it's a draw. One of my favorite comments ever from Gingy. I told that story many times. 2300 player offered him a draw. Not really understanding that it was a faux pas. The faux pas. Damn, dude, the bold random rabbit. This is a stupid move. Just playing for cheap tricks. The Asterbait School Chess. What's up with bold random rabbit? He's got me playing like random moves after offering a draw. What is going on here? Played with my mind. He gave me a piece now. But I wasn't prepared for bold random rabbit to be so good at that rating. Not mentally prepared. No, but did you see the guy that tried to cheat against me in the tournament yesterday was banned from Tranquilizer's team? He must have cheated against other guys. They reported him or something. That was weird. It's okay, Bold Random Rabbit. You're down a piece here. There's very little hope. Positional is Zugzwan. There's nothing like cheating in friendly tournament. It's much better than cheating in an unfriendly tournament. I mean, I wouldn't have known for sure he was a cheater if he hadn't, like, lost. Okay, this is stupid, dude. I just hung a rook. But he was, like, pre-moving, so he didn't take it. That's my second mouse slip today. I don't understand why he can't resign. I guess he's not a subscriber to the stream. It's like you give other people a chance to play. Alright. Miralis and Albert. Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is from Hungary, so we've played before. Where did I play these games, these 8 games with Gilgamesh? I mean, it's familiar, but not recently. Maybe I played Gilgamesh just randomly in, like, arenas and stuff. Not on my stream. It's a funny name. Gilgamesh is a... We had to read Gilgamesh in my senior year in high school. It's an epic. No, I don't remember. Gilgamesh is not Hungarian. So what is the Epic of Gilgamesh? Anybody know any literary history? I can't remember now. Was it German? What is Gilgamesh? This is an interesting line from Morales. Mihawk Oliver plays that. I don't know much about this. Mesopotamia, right. Good job. Good job, Miro. I was thinking like Babylonian. The Epic of Gilgamesh. At least there's one educated person. It was a long time ago. could have been in my stream, I can't remember. But not that many Hungarian players I faced here. Though there's more and more. In those days, there weren't that many. Now there's more players from everywhere on lichess. So it was way back in 2016 or 17. Played in a simul. So I've just got nothing here. Oh, Morales. What am I doing? I guess I'm supposed to play unusual openings. This is Morales' unusual opening. I guess I'm supposed to play ED. What does black do after ED? ED's got to be better. But it was you, so I thought, oh, we'll just play a nice boring endgame. It's Morales. He loves boring endgames. But actually your black openings aren't as good as white, so you're probably happy to get an equal endgame. I can't remember the Epic of Gilgamesh at all. That's terrible. We spent like weeks on that senior year in high school in English class. Really sad. I think I would remember at least something. And I actually paid attention. I remember kind of liking that class. Shocking news today that Donald Trump had someone take his SAT score tests. His SAT. Imagine that. Like, we're all shocked. I never would have thought Donald Trump would have had someone else take his SAT tests. Unbelievable. Shocking revelation coming out of the United States. Can you imagine that? Be shocking if he didn't. Just made me think of that, like trying to remember what I studied in high school. Naturally comes back to me, SAT tests. Miro, are you in the challenge list? Not today. So, yeah, I don't like this. Don't believe in white's position. I don't believe in white's position at all. Actually, my bishop here is so bad that it would be easy to maybe even be worse if I make a few bad moves. How does one attempt to prove something like that? They don't. Well, I mean, the easiest way to attempt it would be get the person who cheated on the test to testify that they did. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant at this point. Get the actual cheater involved. I mean, it's like 40 years ago, so like it's not like they're going to go to jail for cheating on somebody's test or something. You'd have to have the actual person who cheated probably testify that they cheated. It's next to impossible to prove that. Or witnesses that said, but it doesn't matter. It's just, I was just joking. Like, we all know that Donald Trump would do something like that. It's not clear how in the world he would have gotten into the University of Pennsylvania in the first place. How would Donald Trump get into the University of Pennsylvania? An Ivy League university for a guy who probably almost didn't study at all? Are you kidding me? He should be he would be totally in with that test scam they have today with the movie stars and stuff. No, he actually didn't go to the University of Pennsylvania. Where did he go? Somewhere else. He later went to business school at the University of Pennsylvania. So he went to somewhere in New York. Undergrad. Theoretically. But anyway, not important. Just funny. Morales. Proved that he was somewhere else. C3 is a good move. Blocking that bishop on C3. Blocking the bishop on a long diagonal. How many people here have ever played in a tournament and made a blunder? And when you make a blunder, what's the best thing to do? Like, what do you do when you make a blunder and you realize you made a blunder in an over-the-board game? What do you do? You have to pretend like everything's normal. Has anybody ever been in that situation? It's a horrible feeling, like here against Morales when I blundered my C3 pawn. So I'm talking about Donald Trump and faking test scores. What you got to do is like get up from the board and walk around very calmly, like nothing happened, you know. It's you have to like fake them out, you know. If you act natural, there's a chance they won't see it. But Morales is like a tactical buzzsaw. I literally saw it as soon as I played C3. And then sitting there waiting for Morales to make the moves. Time to make anecdotes. Alright, I'll just pretend I'm just down a pawn for nothing. Because I'm really down two, but I'm going to just pretend that I sacrificed one and lost the other. I'm just going to pretend I'm down one pawn for nothing and take it from there. See how that works. Like, Astrobate, you basically will make very strange moves for some psychological purposes that are mysterious to most people. Deep traps, playing for cheap tricks, are your main specialty. That's the specialty. Deep traps for cheap tricks. And Morales plays B5. Good God. He's got 250 games now. This is 251. Yeah, Rossador, sitting back confidently, if you can pull it off, is also a good strategy. I wouldn't like go too far staring into your opponent's eyes or anything like that. You don't want to attract attention, so do whatever, you know, seems natural. Wow, he just gave me the pawn back? It's a sacrifice. I'm trying to distract Morales with all this banter. Now he's going to collapse psychologically. You got a phone call. It was the baby. No, the baby makes him play stronger. Now I'm only one pawn down, so you're in trouble, dude. Structural deficiency in the black position. It was a great move for some of us. All right, so he's willing to let bygones be bygones. Give me that. Give me that bishop. And now, of course, Position is relatively equal. Black still with a little initiative due to long diagonal bishop. Well, yeah. Oof. It's a miracle I'm not lost. We had this all worked out. He's very active here. This is like one of the worst games I've ever played, basically. Amazing I'm not lost in this position. Mr. Ilyes, welcome. Maybe Mr. Ilyes. You're not Ilyes in Hungarian. You're not Gilgamesh, I assume. To be on Twitch, what's up? So guys, 30 minutes. I gotta leave 15 minutes early today. I usually stream until 1:30. 1:15 on Wednesdays. I have to go. So, Morales, where's the tactic? Why aren't you dropping this tactic on me with knight c5? He didn't even see it. And I have bishop e4 by complete luck that doesn't lose. Maybe it does. He just needs a place to put his knight, but there is none. But I have bishop e4. It's a miracle. I don't lose. It didn't work. Don't worry. Why waste your time with tactics that don't work? Mirales. See, you just intuitively knew it didn't work. Therefore, didn't waste your time on that nonsense of knight c5. It was your deep subconscious calculations that just told you where it's at. Good God, man. Alright, let's just mercifully end this. I accept a draw here. I don't want to see this anymore. Don't look at the score for this game. Maybe one of the worst games I ever played. Seriously. Ugh. Terrible. Terrible for both sides. Horrible blunders. Alright, Xerox. Asterby, did you send me a game for the subscriber stream tomorrow night? Did you already send me one? Albert. Spanish. Alberto. My plan was to like have him drop back rank mate. If nothing else, I'll put my rook on b7, Padrone Antoni, and get behind his passed pawn. That's probably like the first priority there. But just before the stream started, alright, so you're in the list. I'm playing unusual openings. We'll play the pre-A attack. Oh, he won't let me. The pre-A attack with a3. I played a6 against his brother. We played the St. George. Now we're playing the pre-A attack against the Chigorin. Not normally used against the Chigorin. You typically see like knight f6, a3, named after French Grandmaster Eric Prier. So it's like move 3, a3, various different ideas. It's not the London system. It's the Prier attack. I will not be caught playing the London system. So this order could be, the move order could be a little different. But still, I mean, it's a London system-like structure. We play a3 instead of the passive c3, and we can play maybe c4 with a more aggressive formation. a3 is very useful in this Chigoron type position. Probably he could consider a gambit, I mean, you would think like, I don't know, maybe it's too much. If e5 is too much, okay, then maybe bishop g4, something more active. Bishop f5 might not be that bad. But I think that white has a good game. a3 here worth its weight in gold, taking away b4 from both black minor pieces. And none of this Magnus Carlsen, like bishop takes b1, bishop b4 check, London system lines. That's a thing. Well, Magnus would be white usually. This is probably a good move, actually, taking on c4. Under the circumstances. I'm not going to be able to take all these challenges. Bold Rat and Rabbit, we already played. Nagaram is too late in any way. Doesn't have enough games. I asked people to have like 100 non-bullet games to play. Rossador, unclear. If I can get to your challenge, we'll try. The blacks played this okay. I guess I could let him take on f4. Knight c3, bishop f4. I don't think so, though. My structure would be too bad after bishop f4, e4, bishop g4. So I guess I have to play bishop g3. This is a strange decision. I think a bit of a strange decision here by Albert to trade on b1. Chess Fanators, I have to go. So it's going to be difficult to play if I'm not here. This is the max time I have for these two. I don't know if my bishop is better on f4 or g5. That's a good question. But no problem at all. You raise an interesting concept, and maybe even playing bishop h4 here. However, black could play e5 in response. White has like the tiniest of advantages in this position. Where is Mr. Coffee when we need him? Hardly working. Hardly working. No, seriously, I can't thank Mr. Coffee enough for being our mod. Agnes Karadewski, thank you for the 100 bits. First donation for the day. It's been a little quiet this week. Jim with 300 bits. Agnes Karadewski, you donated like 200 bits. We had a gift sub. I don't know, guys. What do we do now? So he's taken out my knight on b1, increasing his control of e4. So knight e4 becomes an option. If I play bishop h4, he has e5. Knight e5 just trades too many pieces. I could play knight e5. I guess this is as good as anything, though this may dramatically change the structure. 2 bishops versus 2 knights, closed position, very tricky. If he decides to play like bishop takes, e5, pawn takes e5, knight e4. White has almost no advantage, I'm afraid. Damn. When you say you go for an attack here, no problem at all. Like, honestly, if it wasn't for rook b1, I guess I could consider castling queenside. But that's out, you know? So what do you want to play in that position? Maybe queen c2 or something? I mean, what's your suggestion if you want to play for an attack? Queen c2? Hope black takes on g3? I wouldn't mind it if I could castle queenside. But I'm afraid that black's going to play e5, possibly, to open the center. Then we can play d5, close the center, reclose it. You could consider queen c2, but I would really think it would be better if... It would seriously be better if... I have to take with the pawn. Maybe this is even a blunder. I didn't calculate this enough before I played it. DE. Wow. Tricky situation. Well, I like queen c2. I would prefer it if I could castle queenside. Darn. It seems like black is almost okay here. I could put my rook on the 7th, but I only see equal. Maybe not even that. Darn. I'm crazy. Of course I can play f4. Alright. I kept forgetting I can play f4. Okay, so black's not better here. Starting to hallucinate. I'm lucky I have this move. So we are slightly better. Queen h5. Wait. Queen h5. I don't really like him in the d2 too much. I wonder if black should trade queens or not, objectively. I mean, I guess objectively I should avoid trading queens, but my opponent is a kid who's like 1300. If we start taking outside forces into consideration, maybe, you know, you think practically. An endgame, even an equal endgame against a kid, should be a good chance. Not just kids, but like anybody. Anybody who's relatively beginner is generally weaker in the endgame. 98.5% of cases, People are bad at endgames until they have relatively advanced experience. But I mean, almost all my pawns are in dark squares, so it coordinates well with the bishop. I don't think I want a pure minor piece in game. You know, I would prefer to keep a rook on. So if he trades rooks, I'm avoiding the second rook exchange with like rook c1 against that Chigorin knight. White is only slightly better. I've got time for at least one more game after this. I can't promise Rossador. Rossador is a subscriber though. Gilgamesh has been waiting for a while. Posing an interesting question, who do I play first? Should take the subscriber first. Try to play both games. Rossador, can you change your challenge to 5+3? Would you mind? Changing your challenge to 5+3? It'd be easier for me to do that. Because I gotta go. And I'll try to play both those games. Though I really should leave. 7+3 is a little long now. So we got it on the 7th. The knight is... Actually, I blundered. I had b4 winning a piece. Not anticipating people to make mistakes. Yeah, he lost the piece. So, he fell apart. But that's what we bank on with an inexperienced player. The endgame fall apart. He played really okay until then. The endgame fall apart. Collapse. You know, the sole concept that the Soviets had with learning the endgame first, the modern sort of Russian school. The problem with that is that, you know, that's really relevant, I think, once you get up to maybe 1600 plus. But when you first start out, probably endgames aren't that important, because how many endgames, you know, do you get that are really, really close? Acerbate, for example. He almost never has games where it's that close that his endgame technique is critical. But I think once you get past 1600, 1700, then the endgame is like mandatory. Once you start getting lots of games where the game is decided by the tiniest of margins, we must learn the endgame. But I'm still not sure, like, people who are learning how to move the pieces need to learn how to play king and pawn in games. Like first, of all things. Great lag. Number 1 in lag. Alright, thank you for the game, Albert. Work on your end game. I'm going to play Gilgamesh and Rossador, these last two. Ilyesh. Gilgamilyesh. Yes. The King's Indian. I'm supposed to be playing unusual lines, so let's see. What can we do that's rare for a setup for white against the King's Indian with the knight already on f3? I have an idea. Kind of weird idea to play h3 and then put my bishop on e3. And we might play queen d2, or we might play, I guess we'll have to play g3 if we do it that way, depending on what he does here. I mean, if d5, I'm not going to put my bishop on e3. If he doesn't truly play a King's Indian. But this move, you know, you probably don't find too many games with that. Still, he's reserving d5. If he played d6, I would be happier to play bishop e3. Bishop f4 is a pseudo London system. It's not a bad system to play bishop f4 on move 5 against the kid. With c4. Another one of Gingy's favorite lines. Here he doesn't have c5, but no knees. I'm not going to put my bishop on e3. If he's going to play d5 like that. So now the game actually, queen c2 would be like a queen c2 Slav. This is a position I know because I play queen c2 against the Slav a lot. I can conserve on not playing queen c2. It's a bishop f4 Grunfeld where he's played c6. Against the bishop f4 Grunfeld, normally, you know, black plays for c5. c6 is a little more passive. But on the other side, I've played h3, which is a semi-passive move as well. But I would imagine if we looked at this in the opening Explorer, there'd be quite a few games by various move orders. Slav, Schlechter Slav, King's Indian. I originally started out wanting to play something unique, but we ended up here. So that move would like be hitting my queen on c2 right now in a queen c2 Slav. Now I have the option to conserve time. I had a game like this against this Hungarian from Romania, Sabo. Danes might not be here anymore, but I lost to this guy. It was like an FM from Romania. I can't remember his name now. Sabo, it's a very common name. I can't remember his first name. Sabo Istvan, or I don't know, but it was horrible. This is a standard type of position. c5. It's even possible a transposition, but again, I gained a tempo because he's not playing bishop f5 on queen c2 and then queen b3. I think I'm like a tempo up on my game with the Sabo guy. But maybe I hadn't played h3 yet against him. But that's a move that becomes important later on anyway. So it's a very standard sort of thing here. h3 is a key move. And g4, g4 knight e4, g4 bishop e4, g4 bishop e4, knight e4. Knight e4. That may not be that bad for black, actually. I don't want him playing e5 on me. So if knight e4, g4, knight c3, dc3, bishop e4, rook g1 or something. I don't think this is the best move, but I'm unsure. I'm unsure what I'm supposed to play here. For some reason, I don't really adapt to this type of line very well. Losing to that Sabo guy, I hallucinated something horrible. I played knight e5 in a position where it was just bad, and then I was overextended. And I lost on time in 90 minutes with 30-second increment in an endgame where it was like almost impossible to defend. Computer said it was almost impossible to defend. It's hard to lose on time with 30-second increments, honestly. I don't think h6. I guess h6 is a good move, though. Yeah. I saw an Arkle game. Arkle. Something similar to this. Keith with white won very convincingly. This doesn't feel right. Wasting time moving the bishop a second time. Though I wouldn't play f5. Personally, it may be a principled move. He's reinforcing his knight on e4. It's not dynamic, but it's a solid way to play. I was expecting him to play for e5. Obviously the f file is dangerous. He might consider king f7 there. Also, his knight can get trapped in this position, though. It's becoming like this might be a bad choice. King on h7 is not a good place. Luckily, he has knight g5 in emergency. Now it looks like there's some sort of evil tactic. Rook g8, f3, bishop takes e5. But I think he can't defend everything. Now I'm really threatening f3. Guys, I have time for one more game. I can't play Mortis again. Next time, Mortis. I'm threatening f3. He chose to put his king on the wrong square. It should have gone to f7. I guess. Or even h8. Although even there I still have threats of f3. Now he just loses a piece. Though I don't know what to suggest, honestly. Gilgamesh is dead. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about f5. It's a subtle type of position, hard to play. That's the best move. Computer thinks that white is better. It's funny because I was not sure about my move bishop d3, but it looks like it's okay. Alright, thank you for the game. Next game, last game, Rostador, I gotta play. h4 would be a good move to get in. The Rostador. The Mexican wall. Challenging the Mexican. I call this the Mexican. The opening explorer calls it something else, like the McInnes. I wasn't aware that McInnes played this, but I don't know much about him. Yeah, so this is apparently like the main line for this variation. Most people don't know it. It's like the Alyakin defense on the other side of the board. I certainly don't know what I'm doing. I'm just having fun. Checkmate. I can sacrifice a piece with bishop c5. Hoping for queen h4 check. Looks like something Tony Miles would play. I'm not telling. I think I played knight f3 with white, which is pretty lame, but it's a move. Yeah, I mean, f4 is the main line. f4, knight g6, and then takes on e6. And black has a choice between a very risky position with f takes e or going into a bad endgame with d takes e. I think even Short has played that. But c4 does leave you with a lot of weaknesses on the dark squares. Previous game against Rostor, he beat me where I hung a piece, but he left this f2 square very weak. c4 continues to weaken your dark squares, which are already weakened, so you have to be very, very careful if playing this. This looks like that other game. Remember what you did? Knight d4? Oh, that's messed up. It's the fried liver. Rossador variation. We already had one fried liver today. Do I hear another? Fried liver, very popular on the stream. Go for it. Take a walk with your king. Bughouse. Look, we're playing Bughouse here. Pling. Not a lot of choices. Guys, thanks in advance for joining me for the stream. I'm going to run soon after I drop a piece here shortly. The classic fried liver theme with king e3 probably doesn't work that well in this position. That's the problem with Rossador's situation. I would have, well, e5. It's also possible to play like bishop d4, queen d4, queen h6 check, but I would drop g7 at the end. So I don't want to do that. So he just lost a pawn and he's overextended. But he learned an interesting lesson. And the ambulance is on its way. Knight c3. Knight c3. Knight c3. The ambulance just left without picking him up. I don't know what they're doing. The SC was beyond salvation. He found it. The dastardly Queen E2. So there's no immediate win. That's a crafty move. Knight E2. Good choice. And I don't want to allow E5. So I have to play E5 first. I guess D6 would have been safer, technically. How's my bishop doing? Because my queen has escape squares. Well, it did anyway. Taking away my knight's best square wasn't so great anyway. Bishop on D4 keeps him busy. Saw one tactic. Everyone is a winner. Okay, I gotta go. Thanks ever for playing. Yeah, you should play F4 if you're gonna play D5. Thanks guys for playing. Don't forget, it's Thursday. Subscriber stream, game analysis. If you want to play, if you want to submit a game, please do so. Send it to Sparkle Horse. Okay? Thanks for playing, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.